So today I'm going to do some work with circles, and we're going to work on developing the 10-meter circle. So I just wanted to show you a little bit how I make that progression as starting from a younger horse. So one of the videos I had a little bit ago talked about just walking 10-meter circles and freshly drug footing so that you could really see if your circle was the right size. You could also set up something like soccer cones. And so now I'm going to focus a little bit more on trotting these circles. So on a training level horse, they don't really have the strength to ride the 10-meter circle. So we want to start developing that strength. And the first thing I do is I just practice my center lines. I make a 10-meter half circle onto the center line. If the horse turns too big or too small, it's not a big deal. But what we usually have is sort of a natural wall at the end of the arena to help your horse, come on buddy, to help your horse make the turn. Our arena is larger than a competition arena, so setting a pole on the ground as your rails in this situation really helps the horse have a visual so that they know where they're turning. So the turn here onto center line is the horse on your aids. And then the turn at the end of the arena, if you're in a building or you have a dressage court, or you have poles on the ground, you have that visual right here to tell him where that half circle 10 meters ends. So I spend a lot of time on just these simple center line turns because they're not super stressful for the horse, and they just begin the level of suppleness to help them be able to collect. And so I want my horses really good at turning onto and off of the center line. And you'll notice that I changed my diagonal right at the end as I change my direction. So then the next thing I'm going to do is a little more than a 10-meter half circle. I'm going to do what we call the ice cream cone. So it's a 10-meter half circle to the center line, and then a couple more steps and a couple more steps and back to the wall that you just came off of. And so it's just taking that 10-meter half circle, that little bit more, and seeing if the horses are strong enough and supple enough to be able to handle it. So this is a pre-St. George horse, and so these circles aren't too much of a challenge for him, but I want you to see a horse that's a little more successful at it, and we're still turning, and now we go straight back to the wall. So see, we have a couple extra steps there. And then once we can do the snow cone, we do the half circle 10 meter, change of direction. So this is also used as a change ring through the circle. So it's a 10 meter half circle, new bend, new diagonal, new direction. So a 10 meter half circle. So if I was on a 20 meter circle, here's how we would do it. I'll make a full circle so that you can see it not linked to the last one. So we make a full circle, 20 meters, and your instructor says, change rein through the circle. So I'm going to start at my wall, make a 10 meter half circle, new bend, new diagonal, new direction, 20 meters. So that's another really good way to start getting the suppleness into the horse. So then when the horse can accomplish the half circle 10 meters and the change of direction on the half circle 10 meters and the ice cream cone, then I start doing full 10 meter circles. I want 11 posting strides around my circle. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that was a 10 meter circle in the trot. And you can see, to do it all the way around, it's a lot harder than doing a half circle 20 meters. I'm going to do that again here at V. So I have to feel like we're keeping bending and I'm pushing the outside shoulder around. Now we're going to do a couple of extra steps and go across the short diagonal. And now we can make 10 meters at R. So that's another way to put a little spin on the 10-meter circle. You can see I don't do 10 meters very often. Oh boy. So those are just some nice variations that you can do to start developing your horse's strength, suppleness, and balance to start thinking about moving up into the second level work. Happy riding, everyone.